Let's play some Defect, shall we, everybody? What do we have going for us today in the Spire? Have a interesting looking Act 1 here. There is a way to fight 3 elites, but it's a little bit sketchy. That said, if anybody can take this kind of path, it is the Defect. Well, or Watcher, of course. I like Transform a card, I like Common Relic here, and I also like the boss swap here. I think all of them are valid ways to start. FJZ asks, do I think that Silent and Chat have a more difficult time than Defect and Watcher with boss swaps? At the moment, yes. It is boss swap is something that my opinion of has changed a lot over the time that I've been playing Slay the Spire. I have really gone back and forth on it quite a bit, and I think it really does partially depend on your skill level, and partially what your goal is. If your goal is to win every single run that you can, then I don't think boss swap is all that great, numerically speaking. If your goal is to win one run, boss swap is incredible. And boss swap is a reasonable option on all 4 characters. Everybody can win with any start. It's always possible. That said, I think that Ironclad and Silent overall get a little bit more use out of their starting relics than the Watcher and the Defect do. The only character that I think really benefits from the swap on average at the moment is the Defect. If I were to rate the character's starting relics from best to worst, I think it would be Silent, Ironclad, Watcher, Defect. You might even make an argument for Ironclad over Silent there. Burning Blood's pretty good. Okay, and I actually did want to be sitting, so I'm going to lower the desk again here before I jump into my run. I just wanted to show off. And as we're starting, Centennial asks, if you only were to look at the character-specific relics and starting cards, for example, if you're playing a custom run where you can get cards from every character, which character would be the best to play, aka who's got the most broadly useful relics and best starting equipment? There's a few arguments you can make for that line. You should probably rule out the Defect, although Defect has the advantage of 3 orb slots. The relics that Defect can find are all specific to orb cards, and it's relatively unlikely that you'll find orbs if you're looking at all the cards from all the characters. Ironclad has one of the best starting relics and has the highest max health, so you'll benefit from that, as well as having a relatively smaller set of starting cards. I think Ironclad's relics are also broadly useful, activating when you exhaust something, or giving you additional healing or strength is going to be useful basically no matter what. And you can definitely make an argument for Watcher, because having Wrath and Calm in your starting deck is going to be extremely useful too. So I'd say probably either Ironclad or Watcher, but if you really wanted the Ring of the Snake, you could maybe go for that too. But Silent starts with 5 strikes and 5 defends, so I really wouldn't recommend Silent either, particularly with that really low max health. So I'd say Ironclad or Watcher, probably Ironclad. All right, I'm feeling like a Common Relic start here. I don't want to swap. I get a first floor Maw Bank. That's actually pretty interesting. If we can avoid visiting a store in Act 1, this can be a really, really substantial amount of money. Let's do some basic math here. There are 17 floors in Act 1. 12 times 17 is how much? Quite a lot, right? That's 204 gold. So we can get at least 200 gold out of this Maw Bank if we're willing to wait until we for our first shop. Now, that's not going to help us get out of Act 1, but with Guardian here at the end, I think we're in pretty good shape. I guess, Harrison Bergeron, you could call this an interesting relic. Dimitri asks, would I like it if there were more starting relics, like maybe 3 for every class, and you could get 1 randomly for each new run? I think it would be really neat if there were slightly different starting equipment that you could either choose between or, yeah, get randomly. For example, what if Defect, instead of Zap, you could have a card that said, for 1 cost, channel 1 Frost Orb, or a starting relic that started you out with a Frost Orb instead of a Lightning Orb. How different would that feel for the Defect? I think it'd be a cool thing to be able to do. All right, let's get started here on our actual run. I do want to get some card rewards early here. I'd like to go through Rest Site into Elite into Rest Site. Definitely feeling like we should go for a fewer Elite count here in Act 1. And my goal would be to take out this Burning Elite, but we may end up opting out depending on how we feel. So in preparation for that first Elite, I'm not going to go through a store here. We want to let Maw Bank accumulate value. Let's just go card reward, card reward, card reward. And we'll see what the events give after that. That was not a free dad joke. That was a honestly earned and paid for dad joke. Get him. Blah. Alright, a beautiful first fight with a beautiful reward. An attack potion instantly makes me feel better about any upcoming elite that we might be facing. Huh. Now that's an interesting first card reward. Oh, being able to start with a claw. I like that, Anisbana. It's such a testament to how the rules of Spire play out that a small change to your starting condition ends up creating these kind of like ripples and echoes throughout your decision making. What if Watcher, instead of Eruption and Vigilance, what if Watcher could start with 2 pressure points? So, we have before us a decision. On one hand, Static Discharge is a genuinely useful power for the Defect, giving us a Lightning Orb whenever we take damage. I think it's got some really good utility in Act 1 in general, especially against the Guardian, but also going into future acts, particularly against the Heart at the end of the game. Static Discharge is a wonderful, wonderful source of damage output. You do have to actually take damage for it to work, but that's not as big a problem as you'd think, especially on Ascension 20. You're going to take damage. The other option that I like here is Aggregate. I consider Aggregate to be one of the best energy-generating cards on the Defect. At the moment, it's probably not going to do a whole lot for us. But the further this run gets, the more powerful this will become. I think I should take the Static Discharge, but I'm strongly considering the Aggregate. So we're going to proceed to not take damage in this fight then, right? That's right. Don't even draw the static. Ooh, an early Doom and Gloom, one of my favorites to find in the early game. Doom and Gloom is area of effect damage plus a Dark Orb. And no matter what fight you're in, you're going to want one of those 2 things. It's AoE for the fights with multiple enemies. It's a charging up orb for the fights with only 1. The block cards are also pretty reasonable here, particularly with the Static Discharge. Something that's nice to include in your deck when you have a Static Discharge is block cards with just a bunch of different numbers on them. Do Dark Orbs work well with Static Discharge? Not particularly, but as a general rule, more orbs better. And this is more orbs, in addition to just being a really good card to upgrade. Though I do wish that I had maybe taken the Aggregate now. Oof, that's a spooky... That's a spooky turn 1 from these 2. I could guaranteed kill this slime and take 12. I can strike twice, defend, and take 13 with a 50% chance to take only 7. That's probably my best line. Rely on the Lightning Orb. Or I could try using the Attack Potion, which I think is an excessive response to this situation. We've got health to trade. Let's strike twice and hope that we save 6 here. Come on, 1 time. Yes. All is well. Give me an orb. Thank you. I play poker? Have not in a long time. And I've only ever played casually. I think we did just recently legalize online gambling in my state, so maybe I could launch a career as an aspiring internet gamble man, but I think I prefer not to. I do enjoy poker quite a bit as a casual game, though, amongst friends. Man, this is a tough choice here. I really like my options. Chill is one of my favorite sources of Frost. It's a 0-cost Frost card, which is really, really useful in multi-enemy fights, and just really useful for getting orbs down in general. Oh, no, yeah, to be clear, I would not stream the poker playing. That would not be a good idea. But I might stream Poker Quest. Other really good option here is a Ball Lightning. I don't think we need a Sweeping Beam, especially not when we have a Doom and Gloom in the deck. I think I'm going to grab the Frost, though. Especially with this Duplication Potion, I feel really comfortable. Actually, hold on. Can I fight another Elite because I have these really, really good potions? I might be able to get away with two. Either way, I think I'm going to take the Chill here. And we'll take one event. Wow. 146 gold, Ranwood. That's a greedy request. We meet again. A cheery, disheveled fellow approaches you gleefully. You do not know this man. It's me, Ranwood. Have any goods for me today? The usual fellow like me can't make it alone, you know. So I was considering taking an additional elite because we had these two potions. What if we just give up one of the potions and essentially save ourselves 146 gold? That's more than the expected value of an elite. That's actually not quite true, because you do get a Relic. A Relic and 30 gold and a card reward. That's still pretty good, but we also get an additional rest side out of the deal, too, so... And we don't have to fight the actual elite. So I'm pretty happy to trade this Duplication Potion for a Relic. Third option is, of course, losing Chill, but I quite value this card as well. Alright, Ranwood, what does this potion taste like to you? It tastes like metal. Exquisite was feeling parched. He downs the potion in one go and lets out a satisfied burp. Here, look at what I've got for you today. Take it, take it. The boot thingy, giving me 10 block on turn 1. One of my favorite common relics to get, particularly on the Defect, who I tend to think struggles with the early parts of combat sometimes. Struggles with getting set up. Now, that's not that useful in Act 1, as not a whole lot of enemies, at least not any of the elites or bosses, but a lot of the regular fights do attack you on turn 1. I'm pretty happy to be where I am. Let's just say that. This is a very good start here. And I think I do want to go this way now. A thief. Excellent. I will intentionally not block 1 damage in order to gain a lightning orb here. Hiya to you too. Is there any killing? I don't think so. So he'll die when he hits me? Yes. As the Dark Orb gets evoked. Early Blizzard. Kind of interesting. I think Blizzard is potentially enabled by Chill, especially if you upgrade the Chill and then upgrade the Blizzard. But again, we have a Doom and Gloom, so I really don't feel the need. Oh, Neromania, thank you so much for that full year here. It's a 1 year. Don't really feel like I have the energy to sink into a Tempest here. And Starbuck, thank you so much for 8 months. Good times. Skip these. We'll skip these. We'll upgrade our Doom and Gloom. I think that's definitely our best upgrade. Doom and Gloom gets +4 damage to each enemy hit, which is a ridiculous amount of additional damage. Other things we could consider are the Static Discharge, or 2 lightning instead of 1. That's going to be particularly useful against Lagavulin. Or we could upgrade Zap or Dual Cast, maybe, for an energy discount. But I think it's going to be our Doom and Gloom first. Hoping for sentries here. The knob. But we did draw Doom and Gloom on turn 1. That's good. Gives our Dark Orb plenty of time to accumulate power with which to donk Mr. Nobbert here. But we've misdrawn our dual cast. Uh-oh. Problems arise. I think it's time to use the attack potion. Hopefully generating something with either card draw or orb generation on it. Scrape. Scrape will draw chill, which allows me to chill zap dual cast. Or streamline is an easy 15 damage here. I don't exactly want to discard strike, static discharge, do I? Let's see, if I scrape, we would deal 7 plus... Play the zap and the chill and the dual cast. That's a lot of things to play, skill-wise. I don't like that. Take the streamline. I think I do need to play this zap. So that we have an additional orb. That way I can put the... Dark Orb to the front. If necessary. If we redraw dual casts, we'll get a kill then. Probably not unless I draw... We could also maybe turn Doom and Gloom into a kill. Not going to play a defend here. I think it's relatively likely I have to get hit next turn. Streamline. Is that a kill? Let's see. We deal... 6 plus 6 plus 15. 12 plus 15 is 27 plus 8 plus 3. Dang. That is too short, unfortunately. So we do have to take a hit from the knob. Yeah, we could have also played dual cast. I think if we had done so, this would then be a kill, but we would have taken more damage last turn. I didn't play the dual cast because it didn't make it any easier for this Dark Orb to get evoked. Well, dang. And it's actually the static discharge that's holding me back here, because we bottom drew it. Static does kill, but not before the knob hits me, unfortunately. Only after the knob hits me. Which is a little late, don't you think? Oh well. Good news is we have enough health and we can just rest immediately, so that's nice. And I know this won't be an empowered Gremlin knob, so I think I can even more confidently path in this direction now. Ow! Alright, we got ourselves an Akabeko, making our first attack deal 8 additional damage. Very nice with the Doom and Gloom. And I think we want more block now. And I particularly like this auto shields for that block. If we have no block, gain 11. It's a little awkward with the boat thingy. But otherwise, it's a really nice addition to the deck. Maybe a steam barrier because of the boat thingy. Yeah, maybe we go Steam Barrier instead. Steam Barrier is a different block value than Defend. We can play it alongside the expensive stuff like Doom and Gloom. And it is useful on turn 1. Let's take a Steam Barrier. And let us sleep. Dreamcatcher in the chest, incentivizing me to rest a second time this act. Rest a second time and fight that Burning Elite? Feels pretty reasonable. We're going to have a ton of cash going into Act 2. So I value anything that just gets me there. Additional card reward helps with filling out the deck, too. Okay, I'll take it. I suppose. 22 damage to all enemies. Alright, well those two got absolutely obliterated. Here's another good block card. Charge Battery I like. We talked about why we don't want auto shields. And I will take one more block card going into the Guardian. I think front-loaded block cards, something I don't often enough take on our Defect here. Have one more snooze. The Capacitor on offer. Interesting. Deck want a Capacitor. It might eventually. A little bit early for a Capacitor, that's for sure. But it could be something I want for the later game. I think we're in a good enough position now. I'm going to grab this. We'll carry it around for a little while. My hope is that we can combine it with something. Alright. Unfortunately, Mawbank has met its end here today. There's a data disk here in the store. There's also a self-repair and a card removal. There's an on-sale Ball Lightning, a reprogram. There's Ori if we want to look at a bunch of cards. How much did we get out of the Mawbank? 144. So that's better than a gain 100 gold starting bonus. But having taken several orb cards and a capacitor, I think it really behooves me to get one immediate focus in this Defect deck. That really, really goes a long way. Not sure if I want Ball Lightning here. Definitely want to remove a card. Leaves me with 115. Self-repair potion, Ball Lightning, or hold on to the cash. I think I'm going to go hold on to the cash. Can Unloth now take our depleted Mawbank? Yes. Yes, they can. And my hope is that they do. I'll just use this, right? There's no assurance that I'll draw Doom and Gloom next turn. These are plus health sentries. That's scary. Glad I rested as much as I did. Hopefully the plus focus Frost Orbs can mitigate most of the damage for this fight. Capacitor Chill. We did draw the Doom and Gloom, and we did draw Capacitor Chill. Good. Do I even play the Doom and Gloom? Feels insane not to, but what if it's Capacitor Chill, Charge Battery, Defend to take no damage? It's definitely this, right? Get our 9 block per turn now. If I play this, I take 11. Or if I play this, I take 0. Take 0 this turn. Intentionally not play Doom and Gloom. We're going to try to preserve as much health through this fight as we can. Although I will intentionally take 1 damage here for a Lightning Orb. Yeah. Well, this went beautifully. We are officially orbs. Get a Molten Egg, upgrading any and all attacks we add from here on out, such as Claw Plus. Obviously, the best take here? Question mark? Oh hey, there's an Electrodynamics. Well, that seems pretty good. Electrodynamics with Data Disk is just enormous area of effect damage, particularly if we upgrade it. 1 damage Burning Sentries fight? That's right, yeah. That's with, and that's with not playing Doom and Gloom when I drew it the first time. Go figure. I also really like Equilibrium as a general rule, particularly when you've got Dark Orbs. Being able to retain your dual cast for a turn is incredible. But I am absolutely, positively going to take an Electrodynamics here, allowing me to further fill up the orb slottage with dastardly, devastating lightning. Let's see, if I strike you for 14 and you curl up into a ball, you'll have 3 health left and 10 armor, which is just enough to not die to this. So we actually cannot kill this louse. That's lousy. Oh yeah, we have a Molten Egg. Well, an upgraded Go for the Eyes is really nice. 0 cost, deal 4. If the enemy intends to attack, weaken it for 2 turns. One of my favorite ways to get some additional mitigation in a Defect deck, and really good with hologram or card draw in general, things that you already want. I'll happily take this upgraded Go for the Eyes. Hologram is also pretty reasonable, but we're in a better position to take the next hologram we see, and I'd rather take an upgraded card than an unupgraded card. Going into Guardian, do I upgrade Electro, Static Discharge, or can I get away with upgrading Charge Battery? I really do like this card being upgraded as a general rule. But it might be better off upgrading one of our Blappage cards for Act 2. Particularly the Electro will make it a lot easier for us to destroy everything like birds and... What about Shelled Parasite, though? What about Chosen? An argument for blocking. Against Slavers, I'll definitely want upgraded Electro. But I do have a Forge Potion. I'm going to upgrade this battery. Going block upgrade first feels a little weird to me, but it's something I don't think I've been doing enough on the Defect. So I'm going to give it a try here. Alright, Guardian, please transform into a sphere. Gotta do 40 damage to Guardian on Ascension 20 to get that transformation. And we are exactly there. Thank you, Data Disk. Fucked out. Otherwise, you have to take a really big attack, which is tough toenails. Did you know that we can't get more Frost Orbs? Ever? Guess that's a good reason to have upgraded Charge Battery. Feels like this deck wants more Frost Orbs. Alright, now it's 50 damage to transform. Fortunately, dual casting this Dark Orb immediately does the required amount. And this is a great draw for next turn. Full value on Steam Barrier. I haven't actually played this card yet. Kinda cute. Let's zap over dual cast. Ouch. Well, Static Discharge will at least help. I don't believe playing the Defend changes the amount of damage I'm going to take. Either way, the Guardian will die when the Dark Orb is evoked, which is after I take 3 hits of the 5x4. So if I play Strike, I take 15. If I play Defend, I take 15. We block the first hit, take 3, whereas we just take 3, and then the 4th hit is cancelled by the Static Discharge. We'll do it this way, just to show you we end up have 25 health regardless. Actually, yeah, 25. It's not quite enough to kill with the second hit. GG, Mr. Guardian. GG. Hyper Beam Plus. Now, there's a blapper of a card. Combined with Akabeko, this does 42 damage to all enemies. Thunderstrike actually surprisingly appealing too, allowing us to hit once per Lightning Orb channel, and we've got some pretty good Lightning Orb count. But you can't go wrong with a Seek in a Defect deck. I think this is no exception. We've got lots of big AoE damage already with the Electro, Data Disc, and the Doom and Gloom. What about Thunderstrike into Snecko Eye? I think I'd rather take an Empty Cage than a Snecko Eye in this kind of deck. I'm taking a Seek. I wouldn't even mind a Tiny House. Does feel like our damage is sorted. Yeah, that I agree with. We're looking to add Frost Orbs, more focus, stuff like that. What a cool set of 3 options. I'm really glad I took the 0-cost card. Wow. You know, this might just be my favorite Frozen Core pick ever. And that's pretty cool. We were just talking about how I don't have a renewable source of Frost Orbs. Frozen Core says, if you end your turn with any empty orb slots, channel 1 Frost. I think the best time to take a Frozen Core is when you have an excess of orb slots in your deck. We have a Capacitor. And it's even better because those Frost Orbs come in with 1 focus guaranteed. Our renewable source of empty slots is the dual cast. We'd like to get another source, potentially, too. Although we can fill the orb slots pretty quickly with Chill Electro. So this could be wasted at times. The other option is the Inserter, giving us even more orb slots. This would give us extra orb slots over time in any combat. That's going to make it really challenging to evoke our Dark Orb. Third option is Black Star, just get more relics from elites. We say that we can beat elites with what we have, and I think we can. And we just harvest as many relics as possible. Really interesting choices here. Sir Van Buren, thank you so much for 19 months. How the time flies. Oddly compelled by this Frozen Core. Really am. I feel like I don't get enough opportunities to take Frozen Core. I think it's a really cool relic. I'm going to take it here. I want to show off what this thing can do for us. And I think it's going to be very useful against Champ. Although one might argue Inserter would have been better. I definitely like Frozen Core as an early Act 2 solution in a lot of ways. Let's see. Shops to remove strikes feels pretty good. Can't go elite heavy this act, which is fine by me. Definitely, with this map, I feel really good about not taking a Black Star. I'm going to go Electro Dual Cast. That way I get 2 Lightning Orbs, but also 2 Orb Slots to make some free Frost. Let's seek for Doom and Gloom in this moment. I'm going to seek Capacitor instead. We got, what, 2 Frost Orbs out of the Frozen Core in this fight? And now things are a little merciless. I'm going to get hit next turn. Shoot. Get a hit next turn for potentially quite a lot. Dang it. Being unable to evoke this orb has hurt us. Now I do feel bad about Frozen Core. Should have taken Inserter. Oh well. Streamline's also reasonable. Streamline might even be better, truthfully. With the Frozen Core, to take advantage of this relic, we need empty orb slots. So just filling the orb slots with Frost Orbs immediately, and spending energy to do so, worse off, is going to be a waste for us. I'll take this Streamline, then. Feels a bit weird, but I'm going to do it. I'm also going to look at one event here. 275 gold for Regret Curse with a shop coming up here. Ooh, that is a little tempting, I'm not going to lie. It is a lot tempting. I only have to get through 2 fights. I'm going to do it. Don't normally think it's worth taking curses for cash, but when you're getting that much cash, it can be really nice. Alright, we'll go with static here. And Asbana, did you hear about the Defect with a calm demeanor? They say he's a really chill dude. Okay, here's our Regret. We're gonna get 4 Frost Orbs. So we'll actually full block, which means I can Doom and Gloom safely here. Let's take 2. But then there's another multi-hit. One that I'm considerably worse equipped for. So, interestingly, I'll actually take more damage if I play this Defend. Here's a really good highlight of the utility of Static Discharge, and where it can be beneficial to take a moment and think. If we play the Defend, then we'll block for 12. The first hit is stopped, we take 10 damage from the second hit. If we don't play the Defend, we block for 9, we take 2 damage from the first hit, which channels a Lightning Orb. That immediately evokes our Frost Orb, giving us 6 block, and then that 6 block is applied to this second attack. Which means we essentially block for 9 plus 6 equals 15. We'll take 3 more damage if we play the Defend than we will if we don't. Ooh, I love a Compile Driver Plus here. Card draw. Another chance at that aggregate, too. It's starting to look pretty valuable now that we have Seek. Well, let's go for the card draw first. One more fight to get through. It is the Snake Plant, which is terrifying, but I have Anchor, which is less terrifying. But I didn't draw... But the Snake Plant's not attacking me on turn 1, which is terrifying. Now, my face. Maybe played Capacitor there, but I'd like to evoke this orb now. Thank you, and good night. Okay, if we dual cast this, we'll get 6.2. Okay, we can full block with dual cast. Seeking for Go for the Eyes. Not too bad a fight, actually. And we do, in fact, get to the store. That's a full block. And then Electro evokes this and we win. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Block Potion will help. 3 upgraded attacks, none of which I think are that good. Rebound's okay. But I think we can skip. Alright, we've taken our burden to the store successfully. What's in the store? I was hoping we'd see membership card. Wonderful. Well, now all the money I took for that curse is doubled in effectiveness, essentially. We have 800 gold to play with, and life is pretty good. Aubrey asks, is my favorite class in terms of fun? It's gotta be Ironclad. For a long time, I answered Ironclad as my favorite character in Spire. And these days, I think I lean a little bit more towards the blue Defect. But Ironclad, when he's winning the hardest. The biggest, the strongest. He's hitting for 1,000 damage. He's drawing his entire deck in one turn. He's generating 999 block. Nobody else really does that as frequently as the Ironclad does. And so Ironclad ends up my favorite for his absolutely over-the-top ridiculousness. Do you notice that there's wing boots here, by the way? Wing boots can let us get a lot extra out of our act. They are pretty expensive, though. I'm eyeing not only Beam Cell, but actually this Flash of Steel, too. Just a 0-cost deal 6 feels quite useful with the free upgrade on it. And it's reduced in price. And the Beam Cell will let us do more attack damage with the Streamline and such. Loop is okay as a power here. Claw is the best class. You know, I can't argue with that. Get rid of the regret. I am going to be fighting this elite, although I don't have to. Do I really want to buy these wing boots? I don't feel like I would use them this act, actually. Because I do want to go fire, second elite, and a shop. And I can't really get more of any of that. I guess I could use 2 wing boots charges to get 1 more elite, but that's paying 167 gold for 1 elite. That's not really a good deal. I will go Beam Cell, Flash of Steel, and Hologram here. Add 3 cards to the deck. Skip on purpose the Wing Boots. I think we can get better use of this gold. And I'm going to ignore this loop. We're also going to sleep here for some more help. Ooh. Self-repair and equilibrium both very tempting here. I'll take a self-repair. Start sustaining ourselves a little bit. Okay, I'll probably be using the Blessing of the Forge in this fight against... or on the Static Discharge, potentially. See if that ends up being true, actually. Definitely want to seek Arc. Go for the eyes, turn this into a 5x3. I should probably play Streamline. This is also a reasonable upgrade potion. We would get an extra card from Seek and Dual Cast to become free. So I could play Streamline, Dual Cast, Seek for Go for the Eyes, and Flash of Steel. Or even Go for the Eyes and a card I don't want to draw on a future turn. Probably Defend here. Or even Electro. Other option is Seek for Zap, make that free, although then I'm not getting the Go for the Eyes in play. could also seek for Go for the Eyes, play Streamline, play Dual Cast. Don't use the potion yet. It's also quite reasonable. Let's hold off on the potion for now. Make you weak and block. Am I skipping the static? That seems foolish. Next turn's going to be really scary, because this enemy will no longer be weak. I need Static Discharge in play. Possibly upgraded in play. And looking at this turn, I think that's indeed what I want. Well, upgraded Steam Barrier, plus upgraded Static Discharge, plus 3 orbs is going to block for 17. 9 plus 8, 17. We'll take 1, we'll get 2 free lightning orbs. Seems good. I guess I can also play this then. Help! And then this turn is gonna hurt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This turn is gonna hurt. Don't think I want to evoke my Frost until at the end of the turns. Let's go strike, strike, defend here. Let Static Discharge save our life. Thank you. Current Watcher's streak record is 25, which was just extended the other day by Merle. I'll give a shout out to. Merle 61? Yeah, there he is. By Merle in chat. That guy. Right there. Click his name, click the follow button. Be impressed by the magnitude of the Watcher's skill. This is almost a deck that now wants a scrape. That is a weird thing that I've created. I'll just skip all these cards. Thanks for the strike upgrades. I guess. Oof. Okay, thankfully. Neither of them attacked me on the following turn. That was luck. Pure luck. They did get a double strength buff off, so terrifying. And you know what? I take back what I said about the strike upgrades. They were genuinely useful. Yeah, that was a nice free 7 health. A second capacitor, you'd love to see it. This deck definitely wants more orb slots. And free healing from the Eternal Feather is also really good. Now, obviating our Dreamcatcher, but we already got 2 card rewards out of the Dreamcatcher. I feel okay with that. Where are the 14 defragments? They're in this store, I assure you. All of them. Every last one. And I have so many things I want to upgrade now. Let's start with Seek. Hey there, Prankster. Should be okay. Assuming I'm not drawing Doom and Gloom, might have been better to hold. Of course I'd draw Doom and Gloom. Why would I not draw Doom and Gloom? Don't be ridiculous. Alright, what am I seeking for? We could seek for Electro, or I can just let the Frost Orbs put in some work here. Really wish we had an energy generating card in the deck. Shame I didn't take that aggregate from earlier. Simply seeking Electro is a good way to get the AoE going, but then I can't play Doom and Gloom, right? If I seek Electro. So I don't think I should. I think I should seek for Beam Cell. We do something like Doom and Gloom, Beam Cell, Capacitor. And I guess I'll go for the eyes as well. Let's seek for these two. So evoke an orb and then make more orb slots. Block for 15 this turn. Incoming 18. Take 1, or I can kill you, take none. Take 1. So I want the weaken here. And I'm assuming, yeah, Electro will kill the other one. Alright, and now... Unfortunately, I cannot evoke this Dark Orb yet. It's deeply tragic. Can I at least kill someone? Yes. Strike, Hologram, Streamline kills you. Okay, that'll work. Feels very reasonable, in fact. Thank you, Streamline. Gained health off that fight. That felt pretty good. Upgraded Leap. Even better blocking. Do like some front-loaded block here. Leap Plus is a good hologram target. Hey, I'm going to include this. Just kind of drenching this deck in upgraded cards. Ooh, thank you, Akabeko. These don't exist next turn. Thank you. I could go a little ugly if we get attacked on the wrong turn. Although this is the right turn, so all's good. Let's see. After Go for the Eyes, this goes to 8x3, so I got to block for 24. We're looking at 17 plus 6. 23 block in hand. Cool. I don't need any more block cards then. I have 4 energy, so Go for the Eyes plus a 1 energy card. Capacitor? Yeah, let's get both capacitors down. Unfortunately, but we'll be whiffing that. It's okay, too. About to get Electro in play. But the shield guy keeps shielding leader anyway, so let's just remove that from play. How nice of you to attack me again. That's very considerate of you. Sir. Donis Incarnate, thank you so much for that 32 months of steeple stabbing. Thanks for being here. For being a part of the community for so long. For being awesome. Thank you. See, I can Hollow Streamline, play that. Gets our scaling online, kills a fat gremlin. I could Compile Driver and try to draw the electrodynamics, but I might not even reach it. Although Compile Driver Strike does let me kill a chunky boy anyway. And if I Compile Driver into Electro, I'll kill both of them, right? 9 plus 8x2 is 17? No, I'll only kill one of them. Unfortunate. Awkward. Hologram Doom and Gloom doesn't kill anyone. Very awkward. I think I what? Hollow Streamline and Self-Repair and just get as set up as possible while minimizing incoming horrification. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think that's what I'll settle on here. to kind of evaluate these objectively. You also get an extra orb that way. No static. Alright. Need Leader to die quickly. Dang it. Leader did not die quickly. If I can draw to this Go for the Eyes, that'd be really nice. Doom and Gloom KOs you. I don't know where the Go for the Eyes is. Okay, it is top, so I can play Doom and Gloom Defend and Go for the Eyes. Or I could try to Compel River to get even better block. I would like to do that, actually. Yeah. Okay, only take a little bit here. Of course, then maybe I get hit again on this turn. Thank goodness. That was an L. Oof. Okay, we should be fine now. That's a sketchy fight. But we're through. We didn't lose too much health. And we score for ourselves a Juzu Bracelet. Oh boy, plus yet another capacitor. Now that's interesting. I think I'd rather just upgrade the 2 capacitors that I have. I don't need to go to exactly 10 orb slots. 9 is fine. 9 is fine. Oof. It feels like I should be removing Defends now. Do I ever take an FTL Plus? I might take an Nunchaku, giving me energy for every 10 attacks we play. This deck definitely wants more energy. And a Nunchaku is a reasonable way to get it. What relic do we take at the end of Act 1? The Frozen Core. Giving us a Frost Orb if we end our turn with an empty orb slot. It's the upgrade to the Defect starter relic. Not a common take, but one I was excited to potentially show off for this run. No love for Chaos Plus? No, truly, I'm really happy to let the Frozen Core do the bulk of the work. You'll notice a pattern since we picked it up of not taking anything that generates orbs, in fact taking direct damage and direct block cards, and trusting that I can get my orb scaling from my relics rather than my cards. So the idea now is to build a kind of like upgraded attacks deck with free frost orbs behind it. Hey there, Arrington lad. I've played with I would say the majority of the character mods for Slay the Spire. Haven't played any in quite a while. But I've done just about every modded character that came out within the first couple of years of Spire, a run or two. I think most of them are pretty unbalanced compared to the base content of the game, but they can definitely be fun. Don't think we need any of them. Maybe an FTL? Maybe an FTL. Ah, the Flash of Steel is better. I would take a Flash of Steel, again. Zippity zoopity. Ow. Alright then. Okay, thanks for understanding. Have a nice day. Please, Neko. Can I play more than one card per turn? No? Very well. I don't need to. I have free frost orbs. Very rude. Okay, what if the FTL is free? Actually, what about a white noise? Random powers could be really, really good for this deck. We had a all white noise run yesterday, which I highly recommend checking out if you didn't see. That will be making it to the YouTube because of how bonkers it was. And white noise felt pretty dang powerful in that run. Quite frequently giving us everything that we need. Read your relics, folks. Princess Haram highlights something important. I don't think it's immediately apparent from a first reading just how Frozen Core works. It is potentially one Frost Orb per turn, which is a huge, huge thing to point out. Not many things provide an effect like that. Alright, I'm not too worried about Champ, just by sheer virtue of quantity of orbage. I'm going to seek for White Noise and Doom and Gloom turn 1. We'll start building up a Dark Orb, and if this is a duplication kind of effect... Oh, it's a loop. Loop plus Dark Orb, even better. That'll get us started. I'm going to very deliberately not play Static Discharge during this combat, so that this Dark Orb can actually put in some real work for us. I guess I'll just keep Chill around for now. Ouch. So you're already weakened, so go for the eyes won't help. Let's get Charge Battery then. Make that cheaper. There we go. Will not play Electro either. I just want more Frost Orbs. Look at that Frozen Core go. These are all from Frozen Core. Remember, our only Frost card is one Chill. Soon this Dark Orb will spell Doom for the champ. Doom, I tell you. Doom. What if Frozen Orb were to be one orb per turn no matter what? I think that would be an improvement overall. It'd be inconvenient in a situation like this, but I think it would still definitely be an improvement overall to just generate a Frost Orb every single turn. I think that'd be real good. So next turn, that'll be a kill. 188 times 2 is big number. Hey look, a way to make empty orb slots. Vision removes or upgraded evokes every orb, giving us an energy and a draw for each orb. And I think that's actually amazing here, allowing us to trade our accumulated orbs for a ton of draw. Although we'll only be able to regenerate them at a rate of once per turn. That could be a bit of a problem. Maybe we'll want to add a couple orb generators to go with that, but I think it's pretty good overall. Particularly in conjunction with the electrodynamics. I like it. Don't have anything to amplify, really. We don't have any focus gaining powers. There's no use amplifying the capacitors, because we'll hit the orb slot limit anyway. Virtual256, did you hear about the Defect that bought a car? They ended up going with a Ford Fusion. Probarian says, I think the only Defect power I don't like is Hello World. Can I explain when it's good? Am I missing some powerful interaction with it? There aren't any particularly powerful interactions with Hello World. However, something that's pretty important to realize is that Defect has really good common cards on average. The Defect common pool is just good. It's full of zero-cost cards, it's full of block cards, and it's full of orb-generating cards, notably Frost Orbs, which gives Hello World the small distinction of being the only Defect power that can generate Frost Orbs for you, although it's a little unreliable at this. It's also nice for giving you holograms to get cards out of your discard pile, or just zero-cost attacks like Beam Cell, Go for the Eyes, and Claw. Where Hello World is best is when you just want more cards. It does add a card directly to your hand, so you're looking at 6 instead of 5. And sometimes a random common card is exactly what you want, particularly in the early game. So my big use case for you is if you see Hello World in your first 3 cards or just anywhere in Act 1, give it a strong consideration, because putting a Hello World in play for any fight of Act 1 will be a significant boost to your power. And it's not useless in the late game either, although it definitely can have a deck clogging effect. If used responsibly, it can be useful all the way up to and including the Heart fight. And I actually really do like Hello World against the Heart, just because having more options in your hand each turn is always going to be good in that fight, and because of how dang useful Hologram is in that fight. Is this a Deco? Probably not. So are we Sozu or Busted Crown? Yikes. Those are some choices. That's a tough set of 3. I am not a big fan of any of these. I would not agree that Crown is particularly good here. There's lots of cards the deck still needs. Particularly Focus would be the big thing. If I could gain some focus for the end game, that would be really all I needed. 4 or 6 points of focus. So to that end, we need to find either a consume, 2 defragment pluses, not 1 but 2, or a creative AI that we can cancel out, or a bias cognition we can cancel. Creative AI would also work. Unfortunately, the Sozu also limits us because we can't pick up focus potions because of that. Man, this could be a skip. That'd be a really hell of a hard run, though. Frozen Core skip as my boss relics? Holy moly, the challenge. One of the things I look for with Sozu is sustain. We do have a self-repair. I feel like I can handle the elites of the acts. Probably Sozu is better than not taking a relic here. I think Sozu is better than Busted Crown, ultimately. We're more likely to find focus from Crown than from a potion. And we can go to multiple shops and look for a bunch of stuff. Now that's true whether we have Crown or not, notably. But I really don't like restricting our card rewards very much. I'll take a Sozu. We'll cancel out potions. We'll see if we end up finding 2 focus potions, but my hope is that we don't. Hey everyone. Did you know that you can now support me directly on YouTube by getting a channel membership? For as low as $5 a month, you'll get access to perks like custom badges and emojis to use in comments, and discounts on the merch store, all while helping support me and this channel to do what I love every day. Just click the join button below to get started. Now back to the video. And I would like to merchants, please. Perfect. Many elites and many shops. Any upgrades that are particularly important? Yes, the other capacitor and the fission feel most important. Okay. Maybe we even dodge a shop or something? We'll start here. Yeah, these turn 1s. This deck really needs a bottled lightning. Rude. Very rude. evoke those. Well, actually, no. If I Electro into Fission, Strike can finish you. This is a bit awkward, though. Man, this draw order has been completely upside down for this fight. This is a disaster, unmitigated, really. Oh. Can't even, like, streamline, hollow, streamline to kill another one. You have to hollow the block card. Disgusting. Just disgusting. There we go. Could have done that on turn 1, but no. RG plus heat sinks and claw. I have enough powers for heat sinks to be sometimes useful, but only sometimes. And I don't have any upgrades to give to it. I'm going to say no. We'll happily look at 3 colorless cards, though. Lots of colorless cards that could be very good, particularly Panic Button here. Oh, I also love a Panacea. That can give us an artifact, and that can be hella useful later. Take Panacea. It can also work with the Panic Button, of course. And I guess I'll take a Finesse. ×2? Go. Got Self-Repair in hand, seek for Beam Cell, Doom and Gloom. Ooh, an upgraded hologram. That helps a lot. We could also consider a Glacier here to get our Frost Orbs more aggressively developed. But I think an upgraded hologram is too valuable in a deck with Go for the Eyes, in a deck with so many other zero-cost cards. It's really, really good overall. And I'm going this way. Transient! Finally a Seek on turn 1 sort of deal. Transient is a test of your output consistency. How much damage can you do per turn? How much block can you do per turn? There's no amount of turn 1 you can do to win this fight, really. Well, unless you could do 1,000. Vision here. Vision Beam Cell. I can go Electro Vision here. Hot. Probably hologram that. Not yet, though. It is time. It is time. Okay, let's streamline, hollow, streamline. This turn's no problem. Don't play any more attacks. Alright, not bad, not bad. Loot Plus looks more appealing now. One, it's upgraded for free. I need more orb scaling, ultimately. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, for example, I can get Loop and play on turn 1 to help me out. Oh no, Loop's already in my hand. Excuse me. Well, that's just ridiculous. How would Loop be in my hand? Guess I'll spend my energy streamlining them? Sure. Guess I should have sought for the artifact. That's okay. Could either hologram this or keep it for now. This fight feels like I might want to hologram it. Yeah, definitely. So if you have Artifact when you play Bias Cognition, the debuff is completely negated and there's no downside at all. And now orbs are happening. Thank goodness. At least just too much starter junk in this deck, though. This fight is going to get out of control pretty soon. Right now, for example. But we've already won, so all's well. Good. Casual heal 7. We're offered another streamline. I think 1 is plenty. Just have to play that streamline more often. Not interested in a double energy. We turned down an upgraded one earlier. Okay, upgrade-wise, let's get Vision upgraded first. Oh yeah, and a nice generous heal, too. Alright, our first elite is Giant Head. Okay, Giant Head should be relatively easy to defeat. Oof. Although that's a pretty sad turn 1. I'm going to play it because of Nunchaku. Okay, I'll take a little bit here, but that's fine. I got a free lightning orb. Get our dark orb ticking. And this. 6, okay. This fight could go really badly, actually. In a moment or two. Just too much junk in this deck. And I can't block for enough now. Without any focus. I would say overall we're fairly screwed here. Might even be dead, actually. Although Fission this turn will help a lot. I'd say bonus points if I could dual cast this Dark Orb, but I don't think I'll be able to. Okay, we'll play all 3 strikes and then Fission. All 3 strikes, then defend. Actually, then leap and then Fission. Instead of Nunchaku. Get a whole new hand of cards. Here we go. Streamline is our key to victory here. Streamline does 75 damage plus 81 damage. You know, actually, maybe we're fine. That went much better than I thought. And now we get a gambling chip, helping with these atrocious turn 1s we've been having. At the start of each combat, we can discard any number of cards, then draw that many. Merle says, seemed like that Bias Cog card was pretty good. I should consider adding that card to my deck permanently. I think you're right, Merle. I should consider adding a Bias Cog to my deck permanently. Let's add it. Great advice. All right, now we have Bias Cognition and a Panacea. If we can get them in play together at the same time, we're going to have a good time. And Gambling Chip is going to help make that happen. Wonderful. I think card removals now behoove us basically more than anything else. So let's get to a couple of shops and go. And this Bias Cognition right here, this is the primary reason we did not take a Busted Crown. I really needed to be able to find, if not this exact card, something like it, so that we have a winning strategy of some kind. Oh man, Chemix Reinforced Body. Now that's an interesting option. Don't have any other X-Cost cards. A dang good block, though. I'm definitely going to remove this strike. Now. Be gone. On sale, Ball Lightning Plus. If we wanted better damage, that would be the way to go. But as you just saw, Streamline is all the damage we need? Question mark? No, I really mean that. We'll be able to use the Molten Egg and whatever else we find to get something. I don't feel the need to spend money here on that. I do think Reinforced Body Chemix is pretty tempting. That would let me to take other X-Cost cards. Lantern with the Gambling Chip, worth potentially considering. A little bit more energy on turn 1, ain't bad. Mostly so that I can play Doom, Electro, or Streamline turn 1. We actually don't have that many energy-hungry cards anymore. Could buy an extra loop. Don't forget, though, there are 3 shops coming up for the rest of the run, and I don't have that much gold. I feel like there's definitely better things we can do with any amount of this money. Even the Chemix. Now, I'm going to hold off here. We've got more shops in a moment. And more money in a moment. Sapphire Key over Toxic Egg feels bad, but have to do it. And now we're offered an Upgrade All. This is actually a pretty good Upgrade All, genuinely. But I think it's also not necessary. And we are benefiting from the Self-Repair as well as the Eternal Feather currently. Don't need a full heal, that means the only reasonable remaining choice, fight a boss to gain a rare relic. But what will the rare relic be? That's the question. Yeah, whatever, I'll take one. I really like that with these two holograms, we can easily get the Panacea and the Bias Cognition together. In a way that wouldn't be that easy without. The Seek Plus also helps a lot in this regard, of course. Real Hello World. Ooh, Calipers. Calipers allow us to retain block from turn to turn, and ain't that exciting with a deck that has this much frost in it. Recycle is also potentially interesting, allowing me to delete unwanted cards in order to gain energy back. Although it does feel like we're lacking the card draw to make that particularly good, it certainly would be a way to scale the deck in later fights, purging unwanted starter cards, unwanted powers against Awaken 1. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this Recycle Plus. We're going to get another card removed here. Okay, there's definitely some things I like here. Hair for 10 max health is reasonable, although expensive. Oddly Smooth Stone making our block cards block for one more is also reasonable. Not amazing, but reasonable. I also really like Secret Technique, allowing me to fetch any one skill from the draw pile, potentially fetching Seek, or Fission, or Panacea, or Panic Button, or Hologram, giving us just more control over what's in our hand, and that's very valuable. Notably, upgraded Secret Technique is a non-exhausting card, and so it can be used over and over and over again. I really like Smoothstone on Defect. Defect has a lot of very powerful block cards that are a lot more effective with a slight enhancement. Defect doesn't have a lot of ways to gain dexterity. I'm going to buy a Secret Technique. Wish I could upgrade it. But we have to upgrade probably Biased first, and then maybe Panacea. Also got a Recall, so we're going to go to these two fires. Skip out on Elite. Still one more shop. So do I buy the pair, or do I hold on to my cash? More max health goes quite a long way here. No consideration for a Barrage Plus. That would be pretty spicy damage-wise. A lot better than our Streamline would be. Actually, didn't notice that Barrage hiding in the corner. That is a good card. For only 26 gold. That is a really good card for finishing fights. Yeah, it's definitely better than Streamline is. Alright, I'm sold. Go Barrage and no more cards. Do I add one more capacitor for the full 10 orb slots? That would mean I don't have to upgrade the existing one. Maybe it's time to add a Cold Snap too. Yeah. Add some more cards. Of course, the Barrage will be pretty bad on the early turns. It's okay. To play that second time. Foolish. Creative AI is nice. Oh, I could have played the Streamline with the Nunchaku. Also foolish. Did you stop? Sir? Sir, you are making a scene. More creativity. And don't forget, we're able to hold access block with the calipers. An upgraded Cool-Headed, that's card draw and more orb generation, which we've decided we now want more of as we go to the very, very late game. Perfect. Okay, we're going to recall, and I'll be upgrading Bias Cognition at the final fire. That Barrage really loves to show up on turn 1, huh? I don't want to mess with this thing's AI anymore. Let's go Vision Cool-Headed. Draw a whole bunch. Yeah, now we're starting to get our card draw to where it needs to be. You can do that. I don't mind. I think it's cute. Choosing not to attack Writhing Mass, as any attack could reroll into this thing adding a curse to our deck, which I really don't want. So we're just patient with it. Maybe a Heat Sinks would have been good after all. If you debuff me, I lose my artifact, but if I strike, there's a chance we get cursed. So I will not strike here. I'll take the debuff, whatever. There's no need for this to get ugly. Perfect. Artifact does not block the curse. No, no, no. That is not how that works. It might show a debuff icon for the move intent, but it is not a debuff, and will not be stopped by artifacts. I probably shouldn't have done that. now that I think about it. I could have gotten cursed here. Squinting at chat. Zap away nice and slow. Since the Writhing Mass never scales their attack damage, sometimes it's best to just take your time here. That seems pretty good. Upgraded defrag at the 11th hour to give us the last little bit of focus that we're going to need. I think we now have plenty of focus. This deck is on track for victory. Feels good. Okay, no for now. We just want to get the powers in play. First cycle. Hologram for Go for the Eyes to Go for the Eyes 2 times is actually really good. That's 4 turns of weaken on Time Eater here. And a perfect block on turn 1. Main challenge against Time Eater is getting Bias Cognition and our Artifact Charge in the same hand because of the debuffs that Time Eater is constantly applying. Good news is Secret Technique is here with Bias Cog, so we can Secret Technique for Seek for Panacea, and I want another Frost Orb this turn. Panacea and Cold Snap. Life is good. And now we're able to radically outscale Time Eater's damage output. And we'll be able to win with Barrage pretty easily. So I'll start recycling stuff that I don't want. But this fight is now way over. Look at the power. Probably should have played a card there. Whatever. 15 by 3, that's awfully cute of you, sir. Can you have negative focus? Yes. Yes, and it will reduce the effectiveness of your orbs. It's a bad time. More orbs, please. Got more block than I could possibly shake a stick at, so it's just time to do damage now. Well on our way to 999. Lockthwain, you're asking about the card Bias Cognition, which is actually one of the cards we're using to win this very run. This card is excellent, one of the highest rated by me for the Defect. It's so much focus, immediate 5 focus. This, at the start of your turn, lose 1 focus. You can block that with Artifact or by removing the debuff through other means. And if you do so, it's just free focus. We've got it in play right now, and you note we're not losing focus each turn. It's beautiful. Powerful. Stupendous. So if you keep your eyes peeled through the remaining fights of this run, you'll probably catch us playing it quite a bit. It's all about playing the artifact first and then having the bias cognition. It's also really good even if you can't block the debuff. It's just so much focus that I think it could do a really good job. I am the king of block. GG times lug. Who's next? Awakened One? Don't think Awakened One's gonna do too well against us either. It's a good opening hand, at least. Let's take it. Make that nice and cheap. Kill a bird real fast. Block. Of course, the Awakened One does gain 2 strength every time we play a power card, so we'll have to pick and choose which ones we play and which ones we don't. Regular loot? I'll pass on that for now. I don't want to give the Awakened One strength for the next attack. This 8x4 multi-hit. Oof. A little sketchy. Hologram Leap. I could also try to hologram Flash of Steel, look at a new card. I don't particularly want to play my powers this turn, as every power we play will make this bird very, very angry with us. Also, hologram for hologram for hologram for leap, if I really wanted to block. That's actually a really good idea. Play these holograms over and over again. Here's where Oddly Smoothstone would have been really nice. And I think I'll take 2 to get 2 more energy. Play the battery instead of the leap. Do lose a little bit of health there. But now we have some freedom. We can start using Recycle to get rid of the powers I don't want to play. Static Discharge is one such power. And it's time to get our Bias Cognition down. Along with this capacitor. So, Bias Cognition with Artifact, no penalty, just 5 focus. It's really nice. Secret technique for chill. Let's do that. Oh dear, it's that time again? Oh, Doom and Gloom and Compiled River guaranteed draws the Go for the Eyes, which will help me here. And Strike kills you. So 10x4, we're blocking for 8x5. 8x5 is 10x4. The other option is we block for 10x5. And that'll be more than whatever this is. Get that defrag in play. Now we're really in good shape here. Get rid of this card also. I'm just going to exhaust a lot of things. Distill this deck down to its barest essence. Yeah, the panic button's also very notably useful with the calipers. Something I'd failed to consider initially. But yeah, we can just play it and keep the block from turn to turn, which is very nice. One's doing like 1,000,000 damage, I don't even care. Don't even care. cast kills. I guess we'll just go to phase 2 now. In this phase, the Awakened One no longer gains strength whenever we play a power card. So you can play them freely. Blam. Okay. Chaku on 9. Try to keep it that way. So intentionally not finishing the fight here so that I can have the Nunchaku be more optimized. So I could also talk about Happy Flower here. The Blunkening. Okay, Cool-Headed kills next turn, so we'll set up Happy Flower to 2 as well. Although, maybe I want them spread out a bit more. No, I don't want Energy turn 2 against Spear and Shield. He said, ending the fight immediately. 2 thump, 2 thump. Deep pulsing dread could be felt throughout the room. Is this Heart of the Spire, the source of all these orb slots? Our last upgrade will be on what? I could actually see a really solid argument for upgrading Secret Technique. Reasonable upgrade on Panacea as well. That would let me, especially on turn 1, block Bias Cog and Vuln of the Hearts. That could be huge, actually. Let's do that. This also lets me block the debuff from Spear and Shield. And then Bias Cognition. Could get a second Panacea. Mummified Hand here, making something in hand free whenever I play a power card. Now I do wish I had Heatsinks. Mummified Hand is pretty potent. Bullseye could make our Lightning and Dark Orbs do more damage. Another Hologram could be useful. More Max Health could be useful. Overall, it doesn't feel like we saw any potions that I deeply regretted not being able to buy. Maybe a Gambler's Brew here or there. But so far, Sozu wasn't too bad. The question is the Mummified Hand better than removing a card? Like, don't quite have the card draw to make the Mummy Hand feel like it's that good. But it still could be nice here. I can't afford card removal and Waffle or anything. Alright. But I could do Mummified Hand Hologram, right? Yeah, that's what I'll do. Mummy Hand and another Hologram. Alright, turn 1 versus Spear and Shield. We do get Panacea, and this is the debuff. That's why this is exactly why I upgraded Panacea. Not gonna need this, this, or this. Although the Capacitor Plus is nice. I need to draw more cards right now. There they are. That dang fission, man. Pog. Everything just changed. Everything changed when the Spire Spear Nation attacked. So what is this going to be? Bias Cog and Electro? So that I can fission? Or do I seek not Bias Cog? Go Cool-Headed Electro, so that I... No, that's ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. So yeah, mostly unused energy with the mummy hand. That's what I was expecting. Could try to use a potion here. I think I'll save, though, at least one for the heart. Maybe the attack potion. Ow. Okay, now I'll use the skill potion. This is unacceptable. Much better. I'm going for the spear first, I think. We need to get these burns to stop generating immediately. Or else. Okay, lots of block, but then what? But then I streamlined. Streamlined so hard. Actually, I'm going to hologram capacitor. And streamline. Okay, Mummy Hand was useful that turn. And let's just go ahead and play this for the block, since I'll have Caliber's value here. Machine learning's nice. Can't play. Let's do a little damage. Guess I should have played the Steam Barrier. Doesn't matter though. Looks like we're through this fight quite comfortably. Very quite comfortably. Some of these burns. And we will heal to full, too. So we're at full health here, down only one potion. For Spear and Shield. I should maybe set up the relics, but I don't think it's going to matter much. So we'll just kill now. Penib. Oh man, Aggregate. Although with Mummy Hand, I definitely don't think I need Aggregate anymore. Primary damage this fight will probably be our Barrage and hell, the Streamline even. Or of course Lightning Orbs with Static Discharge. I think with 40 cards in this deck, we should probably not add any more. Let's go. That'll bring a exciting conclusion to this fight. First order of business is getting our defenses set up. I'm going to play this panic button so we can retain all the block. Look for Core Search. Easy every time. Play panic button first. I want to block the vulnerable here. So no vulnerable. Don't ask me how I did that, by the way. Just don't. Just don't do it. Okay, block the debuff here. Draw some cards. Feeling good. Go for the eyes. Streamline cheaper. Hologram can get back the Streamline, make it free. Could also get back. Go for the eyes for more weekend, which I really like, actually. Let's just keep you weak forever. Worth playing this? Sure. Kept 5 block. Oh, yeah. Alright, looks like I'll take some damage here. Nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit to give us a lightning orb. Take 3. And now we're doing some zappage. Zappage. Double unupgraded hollows really hurts. Okay, discard pile contains what? This deck needs to be recycled a whole lot. Streamline does 20, Barrage does actually quite a bit more than 20, but I want to make this free. I'll play the Streamline now. Okay, we can use the Frozen Core. Just get rid of all of these cards. Slow and steady wins the race here. Kind of. Does take a lot of turns to draw through all the junk. And we do have a limited number of turns we can last during the heart fight. However, each subsequent draw through will take less and less time. Keep that pendant for a barrage or something. And our attack cards are going to do full damage now, wherever the hell they are. Oh, come on. Alright, I'll pendant this, I suppose. What's wrong with that? Either of those does hurt a bit. Ultimately, I just need to remove cards from the deck. It's the top priority right now. But note that the Heart's health is going down pretty steadily, especially with this looped Lightning Orb putting in work. And this turn I can do really good damage. Barrage is 6 times 10, a full 60 damage. Easy peasy. Really feels like a second upgrade on Hologram would have been pretty huge here, but I like where we've ended up. Big time. GG, Mr. Hart. GG. Streamlined carries us through once again. Hey there, if you enjoyed that video, watch this one next. And before you go, join us on Twitch and watch live. I'm there 5 days a week playing Slay the Spire, answering questions, and chilling with the community. Click the link in the description to follow right now. Ta-ta for now.